if you guys, have access to all that data, and I remember, this is, my early days at Sembry, I pitched the CEO. I was like, we have their email volume at the transactional level, so we know who's doing well and who isn't. And all these early customers, Uber, Spotify, Fitbit, Pandora, Yelp, Booking.com, and all, it was, why don't we launch a small fund that then became a thing with Twilio and Stripe and all these other developer tool companies investing in their customers? Yeah. So I guess my question is, when is Altvia launching a data-driven fund of funds?
Well, that's the topic I can't get. No, it's funny. We, the company up until last summer was entirely bootstrapped. And that, the sort of concept of like compensation, of each other, like, us and our customers early on, cash was pretty important to us, but there were so many times when it was sort of like, well, both sides, where we were like, hey, well, like, why don't we trade, a little something, like maybe a small commitment and, charge for the software. And then vice versa. We used to have, customers that you could tell who was using their CRM well too, right? Because like they would every 6 months, they'd call us again. But even in the sort of sales process, like where they'd come looking for a, kind of CRM type stuff, and they'd be like, well, like, who's backing you? And like, well, this is it, like, you're bootstrapped. We were an early Techstars company, like in 2007, and that was the only outside capital that we took. And so, it was interesting. There was always that sort of thing. We take the data thing seriously because, at the end of the day, what I'm saying that we enable is like differentiation through data and technology. And, there's always been a little bit of sort of, how do we, kind of want to dabble in that? Certainly it's something that, could potentially be done one day. I don't know. I can't say too much about it. But it's an interesting thought.
Yeah, if you are, do let me know. I'm happy to introduce you to LPs.
You'll be the first one, and I'll come on the podcast and announce it.
That's great. Deal. We have a deal.